All right, let's get into reason number 3 people miss their shots. Mine is based on something I see way too often, and that is hitting the ball too close to you. And if you contact the ball like that, you will likely miss your shot. I don't know why this is such a common problem. I never see people contact the ball too far out in front of them. And it's kind of the opposite of the reason 4 that we just went through. And again, the reason I see this so often, I think it's just bad habits. People, for whatever reason, just like the ball being closer to them. I'm thinking of a student I have in particular. And the reason this happens a lot also is just they want the ball to get closer, and it's just been ingrained over and over and over. It's just a really bad habit, but it feels more comfortable for people. A way you can tell that this is you is just a film. Okay, so film yourself playing. Notice if you're hitting the ball 2 to 3 feet out in front of you, or if you're hitting the ball like right beside your body. A lot of people use their shoulder a lot to hit. If you're using your shoulder a lot to hit, it's because possibly the ball's too close to you and you can't use your elbow and your wrist. It's an awkward place to use your elbow and your wrist. You have to use your shoulder. So that's a sign. And if you're doing this, you're losing power. But the most important thing is you're losing accuracy. And that's a major issue. All right, I'll give a drill to fix this in just a second. But you go ahead and go and give us your number 3 reason. Definitely excited to hear this.
Yeah, our number 3 is the exact same. So the contact point is you're hitting it too late. So I see this all the time, especially like even if we talk about like forehand rolls at the kitchen, like I see people at their hip hitting it here rather than out front. And I see the same thing with drives too, where it's just getting a little bit too, they're hitting it like on the side of their body or leaning back, like I said previously. And the reason for this, I'm not really sure. I think people tend to get like, it might feel awkward to like hit the ball way out in front and like you're stretching yourself. So it just feels good that it's closer to your body, but it's going to be really inconsistent. Yeah, you'll have some good shots. I guarantee like you'll make it work, but it won't be as effective as if it's a little bit out in front. So I always like to say like it has to be a little bit in front of your lead hip, and you want your arm to be like comfortably extended, like not like full extended, but comfortably extended out in front of your lead hip, and just drill that. Yeah, it might take 100, 200, 300 reps to get it down, but I guarantee you're going to have so much more power. You're going to have way more accuracy. You'll be able to place the ball where you want. Like, think about it. If you're hitting it on the side of your body, like the ball's just kind of going where the ball is going to go at that point. But if you're hitting the ball a little bit out in front of you, you'll be able to place it, left side of the court, right side of the court, in the middle. Your drives are going to be so much more effective. Say you're hitting a drive to somebody square at their chest, but they love that area. So like, okay, let's just move to the left hip. If you're hitting the ball to the side of you, you're really not going to be able to move it where you want, and you'll be able to adjust mid-game if it's out in front.
Yeah, and I think honestly, the truth is there's a natural place for you to hit a ball. Think about baseball. They don't hit it beside them. They don't hit it too far in front of them. There's just a natural place to hit the ball. And in racket sports, that natural place is just out in front of you. So, and you mentioned a drill, perfect timing. Okay. I promised a drill. Elliot, you brought it up. So this is one I've seen be very effective. Take a pickleball and put it in the armpit of your hitting arm. Okay. And you can't lose that pickleball. It's got to stay in there. Then extend your arm all the way out. Elliot said there needs to be a little bend in your elbow, and there does when you hit. But for this, we want to extend our arm all the way out. And wherever your arm extends out in front of you with that ball in your armpit, that is the perfect spot for you to be hitting the ball in pickleball. Okay. So what you need to do is take note of that and then start hitting drives, drill drives, and just get that contact point in front of you, and your balls are going to be way more accurate. All right. Jumping to reason number 2, you're missing your shot in pickleball. And mine is... The answer to that next question is in this clip right here. If you want the complete conversation, check out the full podcast right here, where we answer 3 additional questions on this exact same topic. And if you don't see one of those 2 videos just yet, it's because it's being released in the next 2 days. Make sure that you click here to subscribe so you don't miss it when it goes live.